Hello everyone. Welcome to my presentation. My presentation is on the footwear industry. A little background into why I chose this topic. I have no fascination with shoes. I'm not a shoe person. I don't collect shoes and wear them once. I like to have a few different options of shoes to wear for special occasions, and that's it. Once one pair of shoes gets worn down, I will then consider buying a new pair. It's crazy to think how much people will spend on shoes, whether just to wear them or to collect them, and then just wear them once and then put them back into a box. That's not me. I grew up playing a bunch of sports: baseball, basketball, did track, football. Went through plenty of shoes, plenty of styles, running shoes, um, basketball shoes made for jumping and ankle support, track spikes. So I went through the works. So yeah, what's interesting is that the shoes are an essential part of life nowadays to most Americans, to a lot of Americans. Um, People want to protect their feet. It is essential to them. What's turned into wearing footwear for protection has taken off into wearing shoes for more purposes other than protection, such as athletics, as I explained, um, different work situations, and fashion. As people have evolved, so has the footwear industry. It has evolved from making your own sort of foot protection back in the days, from raw hides and leather, um, maybe leaves, making shoes out of wood, putting together shoes with sort of rope and twine, maybe some other plant or animal products. They've evolved from that to companies custom making shoes for individuals, um, and developing all sorts of different styles. And many of these shoe categories you see nowadays, there's the casual shoe, dress shoes, boots, cowboy boots, working boots, sports shoe, basketball, football, track, tennis, um, training shoes that go along with those sports. The list goes on and on. Like, many years ago, individuals and groups of people, depending on where they lived, adapted to their climate and their surroundings. Depending on where you lived, you might have had to make a boot of some sort with more protection because of snow, or maybe mountainous lands, marshy lands. If you lived in a desert, maybe just a normal protection, just to cover your feet from the hot sand. Maybe the shoe um, maybe the shoe dignified status, as some shoes were elevated and platformed. Um, it's interesting to think how shoes and footwear um, got to be what it is today. Demand. Farnham explains demand as a functional relationship between the price of a good or service and the quantity demanded by consumers. As footwear has been getting more and more popular over the years, the consumer's taste and preferences rises. The consumer's taste and preferences has evolved as well. They want the best shoe available. I see it a lot with youth sports today. Parents are buying their kids these expensive basketball, football, baseball shoes and or cleats because of the professional athlete that promotes those products or that shoe, and the company that's trying to sell the shoe. According to Shaw et al., in the International Journal of Business and Economic Research, they explain the importance of brand image. I think that's an important concept. This also brings along the awareness of the brand and the message and the communication that the brand uses. One example they shared in the article was that Puma didn't communicate its brand image enough when Usain Bolt won 3 Olympic gold medals and set 3 world records wearing a Puma track spike. I don't think many people know that what he wore was actually Puma. It wasn't Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. It was the Puma company. And if the brand would have taken advantage of that and promoted their company demand of their shoe, just because Usain Bolt, the fastest man alive, won 3 gold medals and set records, that their demand for the Puma track spike might have went up. Supply. Farnham describes supply as the functional relationship between the price of a good and the quantity that producers are willing to supply. State of technology is one concept that he explains in the book. State of technology is one non-pricing factor that influences supply. This will most likely affect the inputs of production, how the goods or services are actually produced, and it affects cost. This holds true for the shoewear industry. Shoes are primarily handled by individuals that know the design, have all the materials, and utilize various machines to cut, mold, sew the shoe. Companies nowadays have evolved to developing assembly lines and workstations to make things more efficient. And by making things in their company, their workshops, more efficient, this will eventually lead to the company's increase in supply of their product and shoe. Lastly, market competition. I would consider the footwear industry, more specifically the athletic footwear industry, to be in a oligopoly market, especially in the athletic footwear industry. According to Farnham, in a oligopolistic market or firm is described by having a small number of firms competing with each other. The nature of the product is undifferentiated or differentiated. Many barriers. There are copyrights, patents, trade secrets, some control over price. One example is the company of Nike compared to Adidas. I would consider that more monopolistic, but the shoe wear is kind of what I'm looking at more specifically is oligopolistic. Industries are always looking for the competitive advantage. It is in the footwear industry, it's no different. Footwear industries are looking to best competitors by the shoe features, attributes, the accessories that they provide. Some of them put technology in their shoes, or like I explained before, or what the athlete or celebrity is endorsing, how they endorse their product. All firms in the footwear industry must take their rivals into account, which leads to the firm developing new and better competitive strategies. So those are kind of my key findings and key topics that I'll be covering. Here are my references that I used. Thank you.